Coach, speaking of Derrick Rose, you coached him over the summer out in Turkey for the World Championships. Talk about that maturation of his game, like now with his jump shot and everything, and talk about how he was working hard and how you saw the maturing process.
Well, it's good. He always wanted, even the summers before last summer, he was the first one in and talking about how to play better and be a better point guard, learning from the different guys like Jason Kidd and Chris Paul and all those guys. And physically he's gifted, and probably the thing he was missing was be a consistent jump shooter, and he's really improved that a lot. So now he'll get to the point where he's unguardable, and you just try to contain him as much as you can, and hopefully he doesn't beat you by himself.
Greetings, welcome to So Much to Talk About. Merry Christmas to all of you here at Madison Square Garden for a pregame version of the show. Chicago Bulls at the New York Knicks. My pleasure to have all-star point guard and member of the 2010 gold medal World Championship team, Mr. Derrick Rose. Pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. And your game has totally evolved beautifully over the past 2 years, and you are not content on the early success you've had. So talk about that work ethic, that determination, and want to be one of the best point guards in the history of the league.
It's just wanting to play the game. I love this game. I'm passionate about it, and all it takes is winning. I know if you win, it gets you everything in this league.
Talk about the new concept of Tom Thibodeau defense. I mean, this team is the defense is tremendously improved. So talk about what Coach Thibodeau has brought to the table and the advice he's given to all of you on making sure you're in front of your opponents and everything.
He makes sure that we hold each other accountable on the court, making sure that everybody's doing the right thing. We're able to talk to each other, communicate to each other on the court. If someone mess up, we could go to them, tell them that they did wrong, and they could go out there and do the right thing. But he's just making sure that we're playing hard, staying aggressive on the defensive end so that we can run and play an up-tempo type game.
This past summer, talk about the beautiful experience going out to Turkey, and you guys really maintained undefeated and just stepped up at the right time. And it was your first championship for the U.S. since '94. So how special was that?
It was great. Just being on a team, a group of guys. All of us was around the same age, so we could talk to each other, relate to one another, and the experience was great, man. Being over there, working out every day against some of the best players in the world, playing with some of the best players in the world, and it was like a college team where we did everything together, and I think that really helped us on the court.
Uncle Chauncey, talk about his influence.
Chauncey, one of the point guards I look up to, a very good friend of mine. He made sure that we was under control the whole time, kept us poised in tough situations, just making sure that that we knew that he had our back, and he was like one of the leaders on the team because he was the oldest.
And one more question. You're basically the leader of this team. This is your third year. I know you fully embrace that responsibility, right?
Yeah, just being vocal. I think my whole life I've been leading by example. By nature, I'm not talkative, so I'm always in the back, shy, been away from the cameras and stuff, all that stuff my whole life. But now, just being a point guard in the league, you have to be vocal. And talking to your teammates is huge in this league because you're the one that's out there leading them and telling them what to do on the court. So for a point guard to talk, it means a lot, and I'm just trying to get my leadership skills up.
Derrick, thank you for the time, and have a great game. Merry Christmas to you, brother.
Merry Christmas to you, too. Thank you.
Pleasure to have one of the top young players in the league, SC, USC, and Brooklyn native, Mr. Gibson. Pleasure to have you on the show. Yeah. And coming back to the Garden, I mean, growing up in Brooklyn, I know you had dreams of playing on this floor as an NBA player. How beautiful is it for your dreams to be fully realized?
Oh, it's great. It's great. You get to step on the court, especially when a Bulls jersey are going against the Knicks. It's just a wonderful feeling.
You a Bulls fan?
I was a big-time Bulls-Knicks fan.
Bulls and Knicks fan?
Bulls and Knicks fan.
Who would you cheer for, though, both teams play?
I was a big Knicks fan growing up. Patrick Ewing, the guys, I had to go for them. I was from Brooklyn, New York all day.
Well, and now talk about this season. Some great things have been happening with the Bulls, defensively, and you guys obviously are heading to the playoffs, no question. So, but with Coach Thibodeau, what's the things he's instilled that are different from last year?
This playoff like things that's to help us get mentally focused, because we understand that we have what it takes to make the playoffs, but we want to go deep into the playoffs. And every day in practice, we try to establish new things, good habits, so that when it comes down to playoff time, we'll be focused.
Did you go out to USC all the way out to LA to the left coast?
I just want to try something new. Life is about taking chances and getting out there and venturing. So I just went out there, took a venture, and I loved it.
Tim Floyd had NBA experience, so talk about how that really helped you in what you're doing now.
Him and the thing about it, Tim Floyd and Coach Tibbetts are like the same kind of coach. They real defensive oriented, and it just helped me a lot being around the NBA coach. Helped me get mentally prepared to come in and step up and play early and get focused.
Taj, I'm gonna let you go, but thank you for your time and enjoy coming back here to New York. You know, definitely. I know you got how many family members you have?
Probably 30 here tonight. 30, so it's gonna be a lot.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Greetings, welcome to So Much to Talk About, a pregame version of the show, Christmas Day matchup between the Chicago Bulls and New York Knicks. My pleasure to have one of the most impactful Knicks over the past 25 years for sure. And this is, you know, leadership, toughness, what New York is all about, Mr. Kurt Thomas. Pleasure having you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And, you know, I hate to ask you because I'm sure everyone's asked you about, you know, how it feels to come back to the Garden. Was this your favorite place to play?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I have so many great memories here. It's nothing like playing here in the Garden. The fans here, they're just second to none. And I just have so many friends and family here. I enjoy each and every opportunity I get to come back to New York.
Wow, yes, indeed. And speaking of your defensive prowess and the fact Coach Tom Thibodeau's here, he stresses defense, and you were under him as well, you know, with the Knicks. So talk about how great is it to work with him and know him for so many years?
It's a great honor. I mean, he's definitely a defensive first coach. And just come in and just give everything you have. And you know, you can't hesitate at any moment out there on the floor, because I mean he's going to be on you about that. But he's a tremendous coach, and you know it's definitely tough for a first-year coach to be successful. But he's finding a way to put W's in the win column.
Wow, and I wanted to ask you about TCU coming into the Big East now. How great is that, especially with you setting up your legacy there, leading the league in points and rebounds one season? So talk about Big East, you know, how can they do as well?
I think it's a great honor. I was definitely proud to hear that, you know, the Big East wanted TCU to come in. I'm just hoping they come in and represent. I mean, Big East is
it's a beast.
I mean, it's definitely a beast, as you just said. But hopefully, even though we're a small school, we can come in and represent.
Wow. And Wisconsin, what's your take on the Wisconsin game, Rose Bowl?
Oh, TCU blowout.
Yeah, I picked them to win by 17. For sure, yeah, that defense is going to stop.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be, 21 points.
All the block.
All right, thank you. Take it easy.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.